It's a live show, and it's Marshall. What's up, everyone? How you doing? It's Sunday. It's time for a live stream. Got the headphones on. Do some mixing here in just a minute. And yeah, thanks for joining me here today. So we're gonna just kind of pick up where we left off last week. I noticed during the final playback, after I'd bounced out some of the stems, that I was getting a little bit of phase cancellation on the sound canvas. So I'm gonna fix that. Actually, technically, I've already fixed it, but I'm gonna kind of show you what was going on there with that, and we'll go from there, basically. So yeah, let's see what we got happening here. So we go over to Ableton, we will see a couple things. Let me close that down. Still having some weird issues with the latency with the MIDI on the boutiques. And I think that what's happening is actually, I guess I'll explain this real quick. I think that what's happening is because everything is going into here, being routed into Ableton, and then back out through here, I think that we're getting some weird stuff going on. I'm going to try and switch over to the MIDI DIN ports on the boutiques eventually here, but right now I'm just going to keep it how it is and just adjust for the latency that way. Yeah, so let's see. The phase cancellation. So I'll kind of show what was happening in the track. So the sound canvas is here, and if we take a look at this, I have muted this one here. So this was the original I guess capture or bounce from the Sound Canvas plugin for basically my right channel. And what happens is, I think anyways, with the instance of Ableton and the two separate instances of the Sound Canvas, one for left, one for right, I think that when these are frozen and then flattened here and here, you don't get the exact same sound, basically, if that makes any sense. So what I've done is I just basically duplicated my left channel here and then panned it right, and that has solved the issue. So if I mute this, this is the one that I had copied from here, duplicated here. I'm going to mute that one, and I'll play the original, and you can kind of hear what I'm talking about. So if we come over here and trigger this. And actually, that might sound a little bit strange here because the other thing I'm doing, and I forgot about this. No, that's right. Yeah, so you can hear the phase canceling. So if I turn that one off, turn this one back on, that should sound better. So anyway, that's just kind of how I fix that. So I just want to show that. So I'll delete this guy because I don't need it now. And we should be good. All right, so that problem is fixed. So I've got the headphones on because I'm going to try and do a little bit of mixing. I like to actually mix from the monitors, but to get the level I need and do the live stream, it gets picked up on the mic. So I'm going to try and do this with headphones on. And probably after the show, or sometime this next week, I'll go through again and do a little bit of mixing. And yeah, let's see what we have. So I'm going to go ahead and switch to mono mode in Ozone 8. And to do that, there's this little button here. Bam! Now we're in mono. When I start kind of doing these mixes, when I get far enough along, I like to switch over to mono. So I try and get a nice balance in mono. And then go back and turn the stereo back on, if that makes sense. All right, so we'll kind of go through this. So I'll do a playthrough, since I haven't done a playthrough yet today, of where I'm at, and then I'll go through and start kind of mixing. And if there's time, there is a little bit more sound design I kind of want to do in certain parts. And if there's time tonight, then definitely I'll jump on that. But so basically tonight will be pretty much mixing. So here we go with the playthrough. couple things I noticed are screwed up here towards the end, and I think that has to do with some latency again. I'll kind of try and correct some of that. We got Doscos in the chat. What's happening, man? Yeah, it's Mother's Day. I forgot about that. Well, I mean, I didn't forget. I called my mom, but I forgot about that when I started the stream. So happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. And yeah, that's awesome. Excuse me. I had to cough there, so I mute myself. Yeah, Doscos, what's up, man? How you been? So let me go through and fix some of this stuff towards the end that I noticed was screwed up. So we got the virus going on here. Actually, this one, let me look at this one here. We'll start kind of shifting this MIDI around a little bit here. Some weird shit going on there. Oh, thanks, Doscos. Yeah, I think this is coming along pretty good. I'm just having some difficulties with parts of this. What I might end up having to do here, so I'm not wasting all this time just moving shit around, I'll try and figure out a way to fix the latency problems that I've had. But I think what I might do is just start... Even the external instruments. I was trying to keep these live so that if I ever play this track live, like I've got live hardware triggering, and I don't know, it's just kind of cooler that way. And to be able to play some leads and stuff live. But I think for the production phase here, I'll just I'll go through and I'll flatten some of these out. So maybe we'll start with that here tonight. So let me just zero everything. And we'll start with my nemesis right now, which is basically the TR-09 and 808 boutiques. They've given me the biggest issues. So let me zero that one and zero this one. And basically what I'll do is I'll flatten the audio with zero latency and then just shift them around as needed to line them up correctly. And again, I think this has to do with routing MIDI through USB, and when you get all kinds of shit going on, like it adds a bunch of latency sometimes. And I think a way to kind of solve that would be to use the MIDI DIN ports on the devices. But that means I'm going to need to pick up a MIDI DIN interface, if that makes sense. I think they make some pretty big ones, and so I'll have to see if I can pick one of those up. Anyway, so we're going to take these are separate elements of, for example, this is the 808. So we're going to mute this, and we're going to just flatten or freeze this. Track has no audio output. Oh shit, that's right. How do I do this then? Oh, I think I know. We just copy this over here. Wait. Let me select all of these, and then if I hold Alt, is it Alt or Control? There we go. Shift them over, and actually then we'll just mute that one. And actually I'm going to duplicate this And mute that one too. And then now, if we freeze this one, this should take all of our hi-hats that I just moved over. I'm hoping. And I guess we'll hear in a minute. So yeah, anything cool going on, DOSGOS? I'm not hearing any hi-hats. Let's see. Oh, I hear them. They're just super quiet. And because these are real instruments, like it has to go through and like play them and record them. But they're short little 4-bar sections since they just kind of repeat. So we just get to listen to this for a little bit. So we'll test this out in a minute. All right. So they shouldn't have anything. So we should be able to flatten this guy. Flatten that dude out. So obviously you can hear these are off. So now I'm going to shift these over. I don't remember how I... Oh, nice. Nice, DOSGOS. Yeah, piano's fun to play. What am I doing here? I think if you can master that, like, and this is something we kind of talked about in the Synthmania interview, actually. Mastering the instrument is extremely helpful. I don't know what the hell I'm doing here. right, so I think that does that. Let's take this one out. Delete. That's what I wanted. I want to preserve the MIDI here. Alright, so then we'll do the same to this. Yeah, SynthMania, Paulo over there is such a cool guy, and he's got a lot of knowledge as well, obviously. So this is very, very informative for me to be able to speak with him. And we talked for quite a while, even after the interview, just kind of chatting about stuff. And he's a really cool guy. I can't say enough good things about him. So, and his new record was really awesome too. I picked that up. Some Metal Disco that he did. So I got Adamski Adamski.A coming up here pretty soon. He and I actually tried to get together this last weekend, and I was dumb and messed up something with my camera. So we're gonna reconvene this next weekend, hopefully. And so you guys should hopefully see an interview with me and him pretty soon. And he, if you guys don't know who Adamski.A is, his YouTube is a DIY synth channel, and he's been building an analog synthesizer for quite a while, and it's sounding really good, and really enjoyed talking to him. It's just too bad I screwed up my camera. So yeah, that'll be a cool interview too. And then after that, we'll have to see who I can get on next. I'd like to kind of do interviews every now and then if I can, from either other YouTubers or musicians, or I think that's a cool thing to do if you can. All right, so there we go, flatten. And so you can see here, this was like 1/32 off. So I'm just kind of adjusting my end here. Sounds better. Did I do the wrong one? I might have done the wrong one. Oh boy. So we'll just go back. Okay. I think this is the one I need to do. Let's double check. All right, so yeah, this should be just an open hi-hat on the 808. So we'll try that again. Freeze. Track. Yeah, it's something that I have thought about for a long time also, their DOSCOS, was trying to build a synth. And then I realized, yeah, obviously it takes a long time. And I was like, I don't know if I have the time to learn a whole new set of skills. interesting thing is that I did have a little bit of I had a computer electronics class in high school, so I learned some real basic stuff about building circuits. We obviously didn't get into any kind of engineering for like building oscillators or filters. It was more just like stuff like using LCD displays, and doing countdowns and like just real basic stuff like that. Um, it was a lot of fun, and I wish I still had all my books and stuff from that class because it would actually come in really handy if I did decide to try and build some stuff. But you got guys like Adamski who goes through and he'll lay out like the circuits and how he's building, whatever he's working on, and then demonstrate it. And it's really, really awesome stuff he's got over there. Really cool guy, super smart. He didn't have any experience building anything like that, and just kind of one day decided he wanted to do it. So that's awesome. So this is almost done doing the right one this time. All right, this will solve my latency problems. I don't know that this one actually looks correct to me. I guess let's see how it sounds with the other one. Off a little bit. Just zoom right down on that guy. So, I mean, I can see it's a teeny tiny bit off here. So let's call that one good. We'll do the 909 now. So this should be closed hi-hats, I believe. Freeze that one. figure is just look for MIDI interface while we're doing this as well. So there is a MIDI Express. What is this? Seven in, 8 out from Motu. It's a little bit pricey. Maybe I can find. We'll see, because you figure you need. Well, I'd have to count how many cents I'm planning to take out. Okay. Zoom way in on this sucker. Eyes are not so good this close. There, I think that's right. Delete this one. So RME, let me check those out there, Duskus. So the funny thing is I am using an RME interface for audio from this Yamaha mixer, because this is kind of like an older version. So on the back of this, it's got ADAT outputs, and so I've got each ADAT output running into RME Digiface, and that's being routed back into the computer. And I'm not sure if that's causing issue. I think this thing might be part of it too. But anyways, I'm thinking also. I mean, there's a lot of different factors when you're trying to solve this type of problem. But this is basically going to be my live mixing setup, and I need to figure out what I can do to eliminate this if I want to use live instruments. So, yeah, I'll get it figured out. But and they tout that they've got like the lowest latency drivers around. Let's see, RME. MIDI interface. Holy shit. Yeah, that's a lot of money. Thanks. That doesn't quite do what I needed to. Anyway. Let's see. Sorry, just trying to get this to match up as good as I can here. How much should I move this one? So 512, 2 spots. One, two, 1, 2. Train wreck. Absolute train wreck. All right, where am I screwing up here? Oh my goodness, I'm dumb. All right, here's what I need to do. So I adjusted these on these top two. So now I need to paste them. Actually, let's do it this way. Let's do duplicates. And then delete this one. And then duplicate. And then delete. All right, that should solve that problem. Now this one. Duplicate. Come on, Control D. There it goes. All right, and then this one. I'm not sure that I got this one either. So as you can see, this makes a lot of extra work. I think that should fix it. Maybe not. Oh, I think this one is still off. You know what I was just thinking, actually? What I might be able to do here and make this a lot easier on my life is to just put that there and adjust our track delay. I think let's do that. Alright, let's try that with the 808. I'm going to try the same value as the 09 and see if that does the trick here. Go back to all right. All right, problem solved, I think. Okay. But since I did have to trim these. Oh, did I not do this one? Oh, that one sounds fine, so we're gonna leave that one. I don't know. I can't explain this crap. It pisses me off to no end, but gotta deal with it. So clear these suckers out of here. All right, and then here. This one. And fingers crossed, this is the last time I have to deal with these hi-hats in this track. I sure hope so. Oh. Sounding better. Let's find out. Alright, so before I break anything, I'm gonna do a save. What a pain in the ass. Alright, I'm gonna take the MIDI out for right now. I'll save this actually as a rev change. Yeah, 35, whatever. I think it's still wanting to go out, but let me just do a playthrough real quick and make sure I'm not going crazy. I don't want to spend all night just messing with hi-hats, but the 808 sounds right. Something is going out. Which one is it? Bet you it's something stupid like that. Like I didn't pull the end all the way over. Okay, so these all sound correct. So I swear to God, this is going to kill me. Okay, I shouldn't do that because then I don't remember where what goes. Okay, please, dear Lord, let this be the last one. All right, let's try this again. All right, I'm not gonna dick with that anymore tonight. So, yeah, what pain. All right, so, all right, mixing. Let's try and do some mixing. So let me go back over to Ozone. So I've been in mono that whole time. Let me turn that off for a second. so we're having the same stupid latency issue with the Slim Fatty. So my wave sounds pretty solid. Let's just check that out again, because that's seeming to not have any issues. Yeah, I know. This is turning into a nightmare. Trying to get this all synced up. So that's sounding tighter and better, I think. Let me close this virus section, because that's just makes the windows crazy. All right. So this is with 41 milliseconds. Let's just try this again here. So, and this is basically an arpeggio running through BlueArp, and I've never had this problem with so many instruments at one time, but I don't think there's a way to adjust latency on here. If there is, I don't know. So we could try adjusting it here. And it seems about 31 milliseconds. That's what worked for the Nord, but it seems like each one of these is like a little bit different with what it's wanting for latency compensation or delay compensation. So let's see. What's up, Hennick? How you doing, man? Trying to figure out this latency bullshit. Oh, it's gonna drive me insane. Maybe? It does. So it's supposed to go in negative, which most of the time that's what you need to do, but in this case, like, for some reason the Slim Fatty's sounding correct. Going the other way. Good. I think, fingers crossed, that's fixed. I think to make sure, because one of the things I've noticed is sometimes you do something, like I just saved this and maybe it screwed it up now, kind of thing. Okay, so that's fine. So what I'm going to do before this gets all super insanely dumb, if that doesn't even make sense, does it? I want to try and bounce out the audio for this here. Well, this, how am I going to do this? Oh, you know what I should do? I can take this. How am I going to do this now? So because BlueARP is triggering the Symfatti, the MIDI data is over here. I'm not sure if we switch these. Oh, where's the audio interface at for this? So it is here. So I think if I take my BlueARPs and move them over here, see what happens. So no. And we could route this. Right now the audio from that is going into this group. So we could do a we can do another audio track inside of here and then route this to that. Or wait a second. Before I do that, let's just try an experiment. With some of this stuff, I don't know. So this might work, this might not work. But if I just hit this and hit record, cool. That seems like that's gonna work. All right, so basically what that did is that takes the MIDI from the BlueARP, and now what we've got 4 bars of that sequence. Anyway, let's see if, and since this is the same, let's toss these suckers down here. Now, if we go into auto, this should be triggering direct from, so basically without the BlueARP anymore in the mix. So I don't know why that it recorded like 3 different. That's weird. It's like I always run into weird shit like this. Anyway, we just deleted the additional octaves that it was trying to also trigger, and I think that's going to give me what I want because the Slim Fatty is a mono synth. So I mean, can't play chords on it, right? Alright, so basically the whole reason why I did that, actually, let me do this. We'll duplicate this sucker. Turn that one off. Then we'll freeze this guy. So hopefully I don't have to touch that again either. Oh, latency. Kicking my butt tonight. So you guys, if you can hear that, basically it's the bounce out. Since I don't have any of the effects on the actual track there, it's on the group track. It's going to capture the raw sound from the synth. So in this case, it's Slim Fatty. And it sounds like I can hear the... I think the way this works is, well, I'm not sure exactly, because I don't know why I'm hearing like... I know the hi-hats and stuff that we bounced out earlier, we should hear that. Yeah, I don't know. I can't explain it. Ableton does weird stuff when it does this, but it all comes out sounding right, so... Let's see, how long have you been going for? An hour and a half. Oop. Let's see if I can go for another, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes. So I didn't get to do any mixing yet. I mean, it sounded pretty good. I've gone through in various stages and kind of done some mixing, but bringing close to where I'm gonna want to try and get a final mix going with some of these synths and stuff. That's when I'll drop it down into mono mode and I'll go through and do some fine tuning. The other thing too, this is, I might take a sample from Hammerhead. There's and drop this in here as like a cheesy little vocal thing. Well, I'll show you guys that here in a second. But I think it might fit okay in this song. So we'll see. And I heard, I'm starting to hear some of those cheesy '90s sounds come back into some of the music, which is cool with me. I like some of the cheese. As long as it's not like overdone. Where'd my freaking mouse go? Come on, mouse. There you are. Okay. Yeah, 9 disc overloads, whatever. Let's flatten. And magic should happen. Let's see, how does this work if we come over here? Because like it has that little squeak at the beginning. That sounds okay. Alright guys, I think that's where I'm going to leave it tonight. I'm going to save this work. I'll do another playthrough where we're at right now. And so hopefully next week, I'm going to try and work on this through the week here too and see if I can get a little further along and come back next week. And hopefully, I'm kind of getting tired of working on this song actually. And that happens sometimes, you know. And sometimes what I'll do is I'll start another project and come back to this. But I kind of want to get this one finished. And obviously since I've been live streaming these for this track, try and get a finished version of it out pretty soon, hopefully. So I'll do, like I said, this final playthrough. And I want to thank everyone who joined live. We got Daskas, we got Henrik. I'm sorry, I don't know if I could say your last name. I don't want to butcher it there. And anyone else who was here who didn't jump in the chat, that's just fine. That's okay with me. I'll be back next Sunday, and I've got some pre-recorded content I've been working on that should come out here hopefully this next week also. We'll see. And then of course the interview with Adamski coming up soon as well. So thanks everyone for watching. This is Marshall, and I'll be back next week. So here comes the playthrough. Where's my mouse? Where's my mouse at? I think my battery's about dead in this mouse too. Come on. It's either that or my computer froze. I don't know which it is. It's not working. Let's see. Yeah, the computer froze. So I guess no playthrough. So this is how we're gonna end this one. I'm so sorry. The literally my computer is frozen. I'm having to use the touch screen on this one to switch the shots now, which is fine. But sorry guys, no playthrough. It's a train wreck at the end of the show. Like that's how it goes sometimes. So I guess I'll see you guys next weekend. Have a good night.